Welcome to the Cenario podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so if you're dealing with, the constant pace of modern life, all the notifications, the deadlines, maybe just that background hum of stress, it's not just in your head, it hits physically too. We've gone through a whole stack of sources looking into this big question. Can we actually naturally bolster ourselves against chronic stress with specific things in our diet?
That's exactly right. Stress, well, it affects just about everything. Sleep, focus, you name it. And we often talk about lifestyle changes, which are, don't get me wrong, absolutely vital. But sometimes we kind of skip over the bedrock support system, the nutrients, the vitamins, the supplements that are literally fueling our nervous system.
Yeah.
They give us that resilience we need.
Right. So our mission here today is to sift through all that information and pull out what you can actually use. We want to pinpoint which vitamins and supplements keep showing up in the research. The ones recognized for helping with neurological function, mood, and basically building up your internal defenses against pressure. Looking for those surprising facts that, stick.
And that's the starting point, really. Understanding that vitamins aren't just some optional extra. They're like the engine oil for this incredibly complex machine that deals with pressure. They're absolutely fundamental for overall well-being and, crucially, for managing the sort of chemical fallout from stress.
Okay, let's start building that defense system. The sources talk about a pillar for stress reduction. We're talking about the B vitamin complex here.
Yeah, the B vitamins.
Yeah.
Especially B6 and B12. They're the real workhorses. They're fundamental for neurotransmitter synthesis. Think of neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine. They're the chemical messengers, basically deciding your mood, your stability. If your body isn't making them efficiently, well, even small stresses can feel huge.
And the research gets specific, which I found interesting. B6 is called out for supporting serotonin production. That's directly linked to better mood, less baseline anxiety. Meanwhile, B12 seems to target that energy drain that chronic stress causes. It helps boost energy levels and fight off that mental fatigue, which honestly can sometimes feel a lot like depression.
And what really struck me from the clinical trials was where they did these studies. It wasn't just people chilling at home. B-complex supplements consistently showed they could lower perceived stress and genuinely improve mood in really high-stress places, like tough workplaces.
Yeah.
That tells me there's real efficacy there, under pressure.
That really changes things, doesn't it? It shifts B vitamins from just a general health thing to potentially a core tool for anyone with a really demanding life. Okay, so we've got the B vitamins laying the neurological groundwork. Now we need protection from the chemical mess stress leaves behind. Which brings us to vitamin C, the antioxidant ally.
Right. Vitamin C's role here is maybe less known than its immune function, but it's key. It's like the body's rapid response team against that constant pressure. Yes, it fights oxidative stress generally, but its superpower in this context is helping to lower cortisol levels. And cortisol, well, that's your main stress hormone. It's what kicks your brain into overdrive.
So cortisol is the gas pedal for fight or flight.
Exactly.
And vitamin C is kind of like the brake, helping to slow that down. The data seemed pretty clear. Higher vitamin C intake linked to lower stress scores.
It did. And the nice thing is it's so accessible. Oranges, strawberries, bell peppers, broccoli. It's in a lot of common foods. A fairly simple lever to pull, nutritionally speaking.
Totally. Okay, moving on. Vitamin D. Now, I always just thought bones when I heard vitamin D, but the research linking it to cognitive support, that definitely made me rethink it. Tell us about its role with oxidative stress.
Yeah, it's maybe more subtle, but it's significant. Vitamin D plays a part in supporting cognitive function, and the sources talk about it modulating oxidative stress, specifically within the brain. But the really important part, and maybe the worrying part, is that deficiencies are directly linked to higher stress levels in various mood disorders.
Wow. Okay, so keeping those levels up isn't just about physical health, it's crucial for mental health too. And practically, sunshine is great, but for many of us, maybe in places with long winters or just working indoors all day, supplementation might not just be convenient, it might actually be necessary.
Precisely. So that kind of covers our core vitamin trio. Now let's shift gears a bit to minerals and some herbal allies that work alongside them. First up, magnesium. often called the natural relaxer.
Magnesium, yeah, it pops up everywhere. The sources called it a master regulator involved in over 300 biochemical reactions. I mean, if you're doing that much.
You're definitely involved in the stress
Yeah,
response.
exactly.
And a big chunk of those reactions, they regulate muscle relaxation, nerve function, and specifically, they help dampen that stress response. Clinical reviews consistently show a link. Better magnesium intake often means lower chronic anxiety and stress. If you feel constantly physically tense, a deficiency might be playing a role there.
That link between tense muscles and a stressed mind, that makes it easy to grasp its importance. But what I found really compelling was this idea of combinations, synergies, where things work better together.
Ah, yes, synergy. That's really how the body prefers to work optimally. And the specific combo highlighted in the research for stress, it's magnesium and vitamin B6. Together, they've shown even better results in reducing stress and improving mood than either one taken on its own.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. You're getting the nerve regulation from magnesium plus the neurotransmitter support from B6. They kind of boost each other within the nervous system.
It's like biochemical teamwork. Very efficient.
So beyond those core vitamins and minerals, we enter the world of adaptogens. They're hugely popular now. Ashwagandha is the big one. Is it just, hype? Or is there a real mechanism there for stress?
It's definitely more than just hype. Ashwagandha is sort of the classic adaptogen. It helps the body adapt, become more resilient to stress. And the clinical evidence backs up its traditional use. It seems to genuinely help reduce circulating cortisol levels, that same stress hormone we talked about, and promote a sense of calm. It targets the hormone directly.
So if you're trying to lower that sort of background hum of stress and anxiety, ashwagandha offers a specific natural way to approach it. And the trials, while maybe small, seem pretty solid. We should probably also give a quick mention to a couple of others people often use for calm, L-theanine and melatonin.
Good point. They offer slightly different tools. L-theanine, which you find in green tea, is known for promoting relaxation without drowsiness. So good for general anxiety during the day. And melatonin, of course, is more focused on sleep. Since stress messes up sleep so badly, it can be a great help in restoring that crucial rest.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. What does all this knowledge mean for, someone listening who wants to maybe adjust their routine? We have to talk about diet versus supplements and definitely about safety.
Right. The first thing, always, has to be emphasizing a balanced diet. Getting plenty of foods rich in B vitamins, vitamin C, magnesium, that's the ideal foundation. But supplements have their place. They're there to bridge gaps. If you know you have a deficiency or maybe your needs are just higher because of ongoing stress or certain health conditions, that's when targeted supplementation really makes sense.
And this is critical, we have to say it again. Before starting any new supplement, especially if you're taking other medications, it's absolutely essential to consult with a healthcare provider. They can check for interactions, make sure the dose is right for you, and rule out any underlying issues that might be causing the stress symptoms.
Couldn't agree more. And that also brings us to setting expectations. These are nutritional supports, not drugs, so patience is key. You probably won't feel dramatically different overnight. Studies suggest you generally need consistent use over 1 to 6 months to see noticeable improvements in stress and mood. It's really about consistency, rebuilding that resilience over time. It's a bit of a marathon.
That's a really important point about expectations, but maybe the most crucial lesson here is that you can't just supplement your way out of a stressful lifestyle, right? These vitamins work best alongside other changes.
Oh, absolutely. The research is very clear on this. Combining this kind of nutrient support with things like regular physical activity, maybe some mindfulness or meditation, and really prioritizing good, consistent sleep. That combination yields far, far greater benefits than just taking pills alone. It's about looking at the whole picture, investing holistically in your well-being.
Okay, one last check then. The core group we discussed, B, C, D, magnesium, ashwagandha, generally speaking, are they safe? Any common pitfalls people should know about?
For most people, yes, they're considered generally safe when used appropriately. The biggest issue is usually dosage. Taking way too much of almost anything isn't good and can lead to side effects. And sometimes supplements can interact. So sticking to the recommended dosages is vital. And if you're thinking of combining several, like magnesium, B6, ashwagandha all together, professional guidance is definitely the safest route to get that regimen right for you.
Fantastic. That was a really insightful deep dive. Okay, let's quickly pull out those key takeaways again. B vitamins for neurological support, fueling those mood chemicals. Vitamin C acting like that brake pedal, helping lower cortisol. We talked about that interesting synergy between magnesium and B6. And underpinning everything, the absolute need for professional advice before starting, and the importance of consistency over time.
Exactly. And maybe one final thought to leave people with, building on what we've discussed. If knowledge is really only valuable when you understand it and can apply it, think about that concept of nutrient synergy we touched on. It's not just about one magic pill. It's recognizing that a whole body approach, where your lifestyle, your diet, and maybe some targeted nutrients all work together, that's what offers the most comprehensive, lasting benefits. So maybe ask yourself, how can you apply that kind of synergistic thinking, looking for integrated systems, to other areas of your health and well-being? Because isolated fixes, they rarely work as well as a balanced, integrated plan.
That's a powerful idea to reflect on. Thank you so much for digging into this with us today. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Thanks for tuning in to the Cenario podcast. Don't forget to visit Cenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.